Time for a mailbag here on Chicago Bears Now. I'm Harrison Graham. We got For the Bears saying, I saw a rumor that Jeff Bezos could buy the Bears. Is that true? I wanted to touch on this. I saw this in a comment on another video. A couple other people have asked about it as well. So Bovada put up betting odds of who the next owner could be if the McCaskies were to sell. Now, there is a caveat that if they don't sell the team in the year of 2025, any bet you place, you'd get your money back. So I don't think they've received intel that the Bears are selling. It's more of, you see Vegas do this all the time. It's just like a little easy grab to get engagement on their sports books. And, they're hoping they'll get people to, sign up, create accounts, and bet on other things as well. I think that's really the play here. But there has been a thought out there if and when Virginia dies, and we all die, so it would happen at some point. She is, I think, 101 years old. Could they sell? There's been a thought that could take place. I still question that because owning an NFL team is like the easiest moneymaker on the planet. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to make money. But listen, Bezos owns Amazon, right? So he's doing something right. But yeah, I mean, listen, I know fans are passionate about this. I know they want to sell the team. So if you're one of those, if you want the McCaskies to sell, spam sell the team in the comments. Some people think until they sell, this team's never going to win. And, hey, it starts at the top of the tree, as they like to say. All right, Sunny777, hear me out. Bring McVay as head coach. Keep Brown as assistant head coach with the path to head coach. You get the culture match, proven head coach with a great offense, and Brown develops. I mean, look, that would be like a dream scenario, right? You get McVay, you keep Thomas Brown, he can be the OC and title. Hell, maybe McVay even lets him call plays. I would be surprised by that, but you never know. Now, again, it would come down to Thomas Brown. Like, what other options would he have out there? If he has a chance to be a head coach, I would expect him to do that. If he has a chance to go call plays somewhere, and that wouldn't be the case here, he would probably go do that. He might even just want to leave because he'd be pissed, like, oh, y'all don't think I'm good enough, but y'all want to go get my mentor because y'all don't think I'm ready. These guys have egos. So that would be awesome. It's fun to think about. Last time these two were together, they won a Super Bowl. So I'd be all for it. Would Thomas Brown? I don't know. TJ, who do you got on Thursday Night Football? So we're filming this on Thursday. We'll keep this question in the mailbag for those watching later. I'm going to say the Packers won this game, and I hate cheering for Green Bay, FGB in the comments, but Detroit's pretty beat up. Give me Green Bay 30-27. And when you're watching this, you can either laugh at me or say, oh, maybe his prediction was right. Subscribe to the channel if you want more mailbag questions of yours answered. You got to subscribe and join us every Monday and Thursday when we go live, 4 o'clock Central Time. That is our live schedule. We go live every game day as well, usually hour 15 or so before kickoff, and we will again this week as well, 2:15 Central Time before a 3:25 kick in San Francisco. So get going with us here on Bears Now. Jaden Grimm asks, what do you think about the rumor that Kevin Warren axed the Jim Harbaugh dream? We covered it in our news and rumors segment, but I'll just kind of hit the cliff notes. We heard here at Chat Sports, we had someone in Harbaugh's camp tell us that he was interested in the Bears job. Now, was that a leverage play because he really wanted to go to California? There's been strong reports he wanted to return to the West Coast. Who knows? But what I've said all along is, regardless of if he would have taken this job, the Bears should have pursued it. They should have tried to get him here. He was the clear top candidate available, and they gave Matty Eberflus a third season for some reason. Just an awful decision. The Greenier Bros, save your draft picks, get more depth in the offensive line, get more help with the run defense, and maybe get a new head coach. Yeah, I mean, we'll see on the coach, right? We'll see what Thomas Brown does. But, yeah, you got to stop the run better. Might have to add some linebacker help, too, in that regard. Definitely defensive line. And obviously offensive line. And as far as save your picks go, I mean, they didn't trade at the deadline, so they're going to have their picks unless there's some pre-draft off-season trade that could happen, which you never know. It certainly has happened before, but I would expect that they keep those premium picks for draft night. We are sponsored by our friends over at Rocket Money, a personal finance app that has a ton of cool features. They'll help you cancel any subscriptions you no longer want. You can set budgets with Rocket Money. You can also lower your bills by up to 20%, which is a feature of theirs that not as many people should or know about it, and they should. And all you got to do in that regard is send a screenshot of your bill to Rocket Money, and they will find the best deals out there. You might have to switch providers for your phone bill or your electric company, whatever, but they have been known to lower those bills by up to 20%. So pretty sweet deal. All you got to do is create an account and sign up today at rocketmoney.com/bears. Now you can check your credit score, I should say. As well, you can monitor your spending, and you can set budgets. My wife and I have done that, and they send us alerts on a weekly basis to see if we're on track to overspend, underspend for the month, whatever the case may be. I think it's the best finance app I've ever used. I would definitely say that. It's better than my normal banking app. So even if you just want to use it for basic banking features, you can do that. RocketMoney.com/Bears now is the place to go. That link is in the comments and description of this video. Click and get started today. Use our link when you sign up. Helps us out. Okay, Shadow of God. Have you thought about if Jeanty is available for our first pick, we take him? You have too many needs to take a running back. And look, is Swift a bell cow? No. But I think the pairing of him and Roschon is good enough for now. I think even we've seen it recently, you've had to be a pass-happy offense, and Caleb's already been able to show he can do that. So I think as long as the run game is complementary and it's not bad, ideally, you'd like it to be better next year, but I don't think you're taking Ashton Jeanty to make that happen. Like, beef up the offensive line, add other pieces, draft a running back later. I'm down for that, but you can't choose Ashton Jeanty with your first pick, I don't think. DC Viper, these talks of trading for Shanahan or McVay have me intrigued. I want to see what Thomas Brown does, but I want the Bears to hire a winner, period. Also, Bears Super Bowl window opens in 2026. I mean, ideally it's open when you have this quarterback on a rookie contract. That's the whole point. So while I think having Super Bowl aspirations next year at this point is probably unrealistic, I think you got to approach it as we're trying to win the Super Bowl immediately. So I think typically these things require steps. You got to be a playoff team first. Not many people go from we're a 6-11 team to next year we're winning the Super Bowl, but you gotta take swings now. You gotta get into that playoff mix every year and try to make a run. Predict the score this weekend of Bears versus 49ers. Who wins? What's the final score going to be? I got Bears 28-20. I like their chances. 49ers are beat up, and the Bears have been playing decent ball. Matt Eberflus is gone. You get the interim boost from Thomas Brown. Give me Chicago here. Christian, thoughts on Eric Bienemy as head coach? You mean the guy that just got fired as UCLA's offensive coordinator? Yeah, I think that ship has sailed. Is it fair or not that he never got a shot in the NFL? I don't know, but I think it's pretty clear that, his next step is probably being a running backs coach in the NFL and trying to rebuild his stock, because it didn't go that well in Washington. It looked okay at first, then it kind of fell off. He goes to the college level, and UCLA, I think I read, had the 117th best offense. I mean, I get UCLA doesn't have a lot to work with, but that's pretty abysmal. So, yeah, it would not shock me if the Chiefs brought him back and he's like their running backs coach. I could see that. John Orticelli, what's going on with Gervon Dexter? He started out the year strong, but what have you done for me lately? The sack production has gone down, but at least from PFF, his grades have still held up, and I think he's been able to get into the backfield. But, yeah, you would like to see more splash plays. I said it a few weeks ago, and I'll say it again. I think he's entered he's a solid starter category. Like, he's a guy you can start and be a good player. Can he take that next step? Like, if you told me before the year, he's got 5 sacks right now. If you told me before the year he'd be a 5-6 sack guy, start the entire season, I'd be like, yeah, that's a good step forward. Now, he started so well with the splash plays, you're thinking, man, this guy could push for double-digit sacks. Clearly, that's probably not going to happen. But let's say he finishes with 7 sacks. 2 more sacks the final 5 games. I think that's possible. that's a pretty nice jump in year 2. So, year 3, you're hoping for that big jump, but I still think he's clearly a player that's taken a solid step forward in his second season, which is really all you can ask. Appreciate everybody for tuning in, submitting their questions. If we didn't get to you, my apologies. But you can hit me up on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, at HGramNFL. DMs are wide open. If you got any Bears, NFL, other questions, I'm an open book. Fire away at HGramNFL.